Hey friends, welcome back to Views from the Basement. I'm Mr. Wilson, and today I'm going to be breaking down and talking about the first three episodes of Gen V. This is a spin off series of Amazon's hit show The Boys. So, this show is taking place, it looks like, shortly after the events of the third season of The Boys. And this series is going to be following the young Marie Moreau as she is accepted to Godolphin University, which is a school for students who have been subjected to Compound V, and not surprisingly is run by the Vought Corporation. We are told right away that several members of the Seven have attended this school, such as A Train, The Deep, and others. Now, Marie quickly finds out that this school has a lot more going on than just helping these students learn to use their powers. After witnessing the school's number one student, Golden Boy, murder a prestigious professor and then eventually kill himself, Marie gets wrapped up in the typical Vought shenanigans of marketing your brand and becoming this giant presence on social media. And this school actually ranks its students on these metrics of social media and public perception. Some of Marie's classmates, Emma, Andre, and Kate, eventually discover this lab underneath this school where Vought is, to the surprise of no one, doing experiments on these kids. And this facility underneath the school is very similar to the one used from the show The Boys. Now, through the first three episodes, this is pretty much the plot in a nutshell. Students just trying to uncover the mysteries of this lab and help a fellow student escape it. So, with that being said, this show does have the DNA of The Boys in it, with the hyper stylized violence and sexuality. It's all right there. There's a scene in particular involving Marie's roommate, Emma, who has the ability to shrink herself very small. And that sex scene she's involved in is just wow. So, yes, visually, if you've seen both shows, you might think that they're the same show. They look very good and very similar. But one thing that this show does not have, at least yet, is a great villain like Homelander.
And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Instead of having a centralized antagonist, this show has its heroes essentially just going up against the giant corporate system that is Vought and trying to uncover the mysteries there. In fact, I think it's fair to say that none of the characters in this show have the gravitas of any of the cast of The Boys. Now, one thing I want to point out, that one thing that the show The Boys did that really started wearing thin with me was just all the stuff that has to do with this social media reception and the public's perception of the soups. I mean, I get that it's a big part of this show, but it by the end of the third season, I felt like I was over it, and so I was less than thrilled when I seen that it was going to be very prominent again in this show. But again, it's not terribly surprising, as that aspect is just a huge part of this universe, and there's probably other people it doesn't bother them as much, but it just, for me, I don't know, I'm just getting a little sick of it, I guess. Anyway, with all that being said, I mean, through three episodes, I would say so far so good. I'm looking forward to see the directions in which this show goes from here. And as I mentioned earlier, I guess my biggest gripe here is that just it doesn't have the star power that The Boys does. But who knows? I mean, maybe they'll use that to advantage, or perhaps we'll get some more cameos that we've already gotten from some of the original cast members, which personally I think this show is going to need, just because, not that the acting is bad by any means. It's just the characters just don't have the presence that they do in The Boys. So I'll be looking forward to this and getting some more thoughts on this as more episodes continue to roll out. And I hope you guys come back and share your thoughts in the comments section as well. Don't be scared to hit that subscribe button and like. Thanks, guys. See you next time.